Good morning children. We continue with the first chapter in chemistry, synthetic fibers and plastics. In the last class we saw what are synthetic fibers and we started the discussion of the different types of synthetic fibers. We learned about rayon and nylon. Now we move on to the third type of synthetic fiber, that is polyester. You might be familiar with the name polyester. It is a fiber which is widely used in textile industry, and actually polyester is made up of repeating units of a chemical substance called ester. So polyester fibers are made up of repeating units of a chemical substance known as ester. So we can write it as poly means many. Many ester units add together and you get a large single unit known as polyester. So polyester is nothing but repeating unit of a chemical substance known as ester. Ester is a chemical substance. Many such small ester units add and you get a polymer known as polyester. Esters are actually sweet smelling substances, chemical substances which have a pleasant smell, and esters give this pleasant fruity smell to all the fruits. The pleasant smell of all fruits are due to the presence of esters. Okay. Now the properties of polyester we will see. What are the properties of polyester? The fabrics made of polyester are easy to wash. The fabrics made of polyester are easy to wash. They dry very quickly. They absorb only very little water. When you wash it, they absorb only very little water because the pores mainly all type of synthetic fibers, the number of pores are very less. So they absorb only very little water. So after washing, they dry very quickly. So we write it as easy to wash. Fabrics made of polyester fibers are easy to wash. Second one, fabrics made of polyester do not get wrinkled easily. So they resist wrinkles. After washing, clothes become wrinkled, especially cotton, silk, etc. They become wrinkled. But fabrics made of polyester fibers, not only polyester, most of the synthetic fibers, they resist wrinkles. They do not get wrinkled easily. So you can use, after washing, you can use fabrics made of polyester even without ironing. Okay, you need not iron fabrics made of polyester fibers. After washing, you can directly use them because they do not get wrinkled easily. So these are the two properties of polyester fibers. Now we have two familiar forms of polyester fibers. Two popular forms of polyester. Popular forms of polyester. Popular forms of polyester are, first one is terylene. Terylene is used for making shirts and other dress materials. It's mainly used in making textiles. So we can write terylene is used in textile industry. So terylene is a popular form of polyester which is used for making shirts and other dresses. Or we can say it is widely used in textile industry. Now the second popular form is PET. Actually this is abbreviation of polyethylene terephthalate. Just understand, you need not by heart this name. This is a chemical name. So PET is actually an abbreviation, short form of the compound polyethylene terephthalate. This is another popular form of polyester and it has uses similar to that of plastics. It is not used in textile industry and uses PET resemble plastics. So it is used for making bottles, utensils, then films, wires and many other useful materials. Okay. So these are the two familiar or popular forms of polyester. One is terylene, which is widely used in the textile industry, and the other one is PET, which has uses similar to that of plastics. Now, polyester fibers. Polyester is a synthetic fiber. It can be mixed with natural fiber, cotton, to make fabrics which come under the name polycoat. So, synthetic fiber is mixed with the natural fiber and you get mixed fabrics. You can make mixed fabrics. So, it will be having properties of both synthetic fibers and natural fibers. Okay, so one example is polycoat, which is a mixture of polyester and cotton. Then polyester again is mixed with wool, a natural fiber wool. Then you get another kind of fabric called polywool. Then terylene, a form of polyester, is mixed with cotton and we call it as terrycoat. Okay, so these are examples of three mixed fabrics, where a synthetic fiber is mixed with natural fiber to get mixed fabrics: polycoat, polywool and terrycoat. You will get the name of the combining fibers from the names of these mixed fabrics. Polyester and cotton gives you polycoat, polyester and wool gives you polywool, terylene and cotton gives you terrycoat. Okay, so that's about polyester. Polyester is made up of repeating units of a chemical substance known as ester. Esters are sweet smelling substances which give fruits their smell. Okay, and these esters are used as flavoring agents in perfumes. Perfumes have a pleasant smell, that is due to the addition of esters. Now, the fabrics made of synthetic fibers are easy to wash. They absorb only very little water, so they dry quickly and they do not get wrinkled easily. Okay, do not get wrinkled easily. So, we can make use of polyester fabrics made of polyester even without ironing. Now, two popular forms are terylene and PET. PET is abbreviation of polyethylene terephthalate. Uses of both you have to learn. Then polyester can be mixed with natural fibers to make mixed fabrics like polycoat, polywool and terrycoat. So, that is about polyester. Now, we move on to the fourth type of synthetic fibers. Acrylic. This is the fourth type of synthetic fibers. Acrylic resembles wool in its properties, just like rayon. Rayon resembles silk in its properties. Acrylic resembles wool in its properties. Natural wool obtained from sheep is expensive. Fabrics made up of natural wool is expensive. So, all people cannot afford fabrics made of natural wool. So, attempts were made to find a synthetic substitute for, cheap substitute for wool. So, that ended in the discovery of acrylic. So, it is a synthetic fiber which resembles wool in its properties. Okay. So, it comes in a variety of colors. Acrylic fibers come in different varieties of colors and also they are less expensive in price. They are less expensive or cheap. And what is the use of acrylic? It is used for making sweaters. Uses are similar to that of wool. Woolen clothes are used for making sweaters, shawls, blankets, etc. So, sweaters, shawls, blankets, all these are made from acrylic fibers and their properties are cheap. Then they come in a variety of colors, wide variety of colors. So, these are the properties of acrylic and these are the uses. Okay, so that is about acrylic. Acrylic resembles wool in its properties and it is less expensive and it comes in a wide variety of colors and it is used for making sweaters, shawls and blankets. Okay. So, these are the four different types of synthetic fibers. Rayon, which is known as artificial silk. Second one is nylon, the first fully synthetic fiber. Then polyester and the fourth one is the one which resembles wool in its properties, that is acrylic. Okay. Now we have to see the advantages and disadvantages of synthetic fibers. Synthetic fibers have certain advantages over natural fibers. There are certain disadvantages too that we have to see. So what are the advantages of synthetic fibers over natural fibers? The first one is they are less expensive. They are less expensive compared to natural fabrics made of natural fibers. Synthetic clothes are less expensive, or you can write it as they are cheap or affordable. The price can be managed by all people. So they are cheap or affordable. Now the next one is they are durable. Durable means long lasting. They last longer. Clothes made of synthetic fibers are durable. Third one is easy to wash. Then this advantage is not given in your textbook. Moth proof. There are moths or insects which attack natural clothes. Natural clothes made of natural fibers, especially silk and all. You might have seen small insects acting upon silk fabrics, silk clothes, sarees and all, and it get destroyed. Since synthetic fibers are made up of chemical substances, they resist moths, attack of moths. So we can say that they are moth proof. This property is not given in your textbook. Easy to wash means they absorb very little water, so they dry quickly and they can easily be used without even ironing them. Okay, so these are the advantages of synthetic fibers over natural fibers. They are less expensive, they are durable, long lasting, then easy to wash, and they are moth proof. They resist the attack of insects. There is a small insect called silverfish. I think you have learned it in 4th standard about the insects which attack natural fibers, clothes made up of natural fibers. So this is moth resistant, moth proof. Okay, so these are the advantages. Now coming to the disadvantages. Disadvantages of synthetic fibers over natural fibers. So they have a lot of advantages, but there are certain disadvantages too. The first one is synthetic fibers melt on heating. Synthetic fibers melt on heating. So if the clothes catch fire, what happens? The clothes catch fire, the fabric melt and it will stick to the body of the person who is wearing it. So it can be disastrous. Okay, so synthetic fibers melt on heating. If the clothes catch fire, the fabric melts and it sticks to the body of the person who is wearing it. So it can be disastrous. So it is advised not to wear synthetic clothes while we are working in the kitchen or in the laboratory. Okay, so this is an important question. Why is it said that we are not supposed to wear synthetic clothes when working in the kitchen or in the laboratory? The answer is synthetic fibers melt on heating. So if the clothes catch fire, the fabric melts and stick to the body of the person wearing it. So it is disastrous. So it is advised not to wear synthetic clothes in the kitchen or in the laboratory. So that is the first disadvantage of synthetic fibers. Second one is they are not comfortable to be used in, not comfortable in summer season. Fabrics made of synthetic fibers are not comfortable to be used in summer season because they absorb only very little sweat. The pores in synthetic fibers, in synthetic fabrics are very less. Number of holes are very less, so they will not absorb sweat from our body. So we will find it very difficult to stand with clothes made of synthetic fibers. So it is not comfortable. Fabrics made of synthetic fibers are not comfortable to be used in summer season. Reason is they absorb very little sweat. They absorb very little sweat. So these are the two disadvantages. Very important. What are the advantages and disadvantages of synthetic fibers over natural fibers? Advantages we already saw. They are durable, they are less expensive, they are easy to wash, they are moth proof, then easy to maintain. There are many. Now disadvantages, there are two disadvantages. Synthetic fibers melt on heating. So when the clothes catch fire, the fabric melts and stick to the body of the person wearing it. It can be disastrous. So it is advised not to wear synthetic fibers, fabrics made of synthetic fibers in the kitchen or in the laboratory. Second one is fabrics made of synthetic fibers are not comfortable to be used in summer season because they absorb very little sweat. Now we have to see the characteristics or properties of all the characteristics we have seen separately for all the different types. Now we will summarize it generally. Characteristics of synthetic fibers. Characteristics of synthetic fibers, or it may come as properties also. Characteristics or properties of synthetic fibers. So the same points, they are fabrics made of synthetic fibers are less expensive, cheap or affordable. Less expensive can be written in other ways. So don't write it as different points. Less expensive, you can write it as cheap or affordable. It is the same point only. Don't split it into different points. You will not get mark for that. So less expensive, then they are durable, means they are long lasting. Then easy to maintain. So everything come under that. Easy to wash and we can use it without ironing. So easy to maintain. Maintenance is easy. It is moth proof, so maintenance becomes easy. Then readily available. Readily available. So these are the four characteristics of synthetic fibers. They are less expensive, they are durable, they are easy to maintain, they are readily available. Okay. So these are the four characteristics or properties of synthetic fibers. Okay, I hope you understood this. So with that, our topic synthetic fibers is over. So next class we will discuss about plastics. Okay, that's all for today. Thank you children.